When returned after a month of enjoying himself with Luna, the impoverished student I sponsored, I was a changed person. He told me to take the blame for her, and I did. He told me to let her take my position, and I swept the office. He told me to let her, pregnant, move in, and I got a nanny certificate to serve her. That girl smugly said, "People are inherently weak. The more you push them, the more compliant they become." Ethan nodded, even saying that in the future, her child would be raised by me, fulfilling my dream of being a mother. He forgot who caused my infertility, and he forgot the divorce papers had already been signed a month ago. A month ago, Luna, the impoverished student I sponsored, suddenly confronted me with her pregnancy test results. "You useless hen, taking up space without producing anything. Aren't you ashamed? I'm already 2 months pregnant. Be smart, and proactively tell Ethan you want a divorce. After all, Hayes has so many assets that need an heir." Looking at her social media feed, which she had suddenly made public to me, I was thunderstruck. It was filled with their private moments. Everywhere they went, there were intimate, unfiltered nude photos, from hotels to Airbnb rentals, hot springs, and snow-capped mountains, from home to abroad, all marks and memories of where they had loved. He stopped loving you a long time ago. So don't try to trap him with responsibility. You can't force love. It's your birthday today, isn't it? But he won't be back because it's our anniversary. 2 years already. No sooner had she finished speaking than I received a call from Ethan. "Babe, I have an important meeting tonight. It'll end too late, so I'll just stay at the office." She saw my shocked expression, sneered, and walked away triumphantly. I gazed blankly at the empty mansion. My heart felt just as hollow. Ethan, the husband who claimed to love me more than life itself, had cheated. On my birthday? For 2 years. In disbelief, I went back to scroll through Luna's social media feed. I tortured myself, looking at each photo, one by one. 2 hours later, I received a video sent by Luna. In the video, women's lace lingerie and underwear were torn to shreds. Ethan's impatience was a frenzy I had never witnessed. Afterward, they were on the bed, in front of the floor-to-ceiling windows, in the bathroom, in the living room. I closed my aching eyes and didn't watch any further. My heart felt like it was being slowly flayed by a blunt knife. Each cut agonizing, making me wish I were dead. I didn't know when I had drifted off, but it was Ethan who woke me. "Babe, why are you lying on the floor? What if you get sick?" His concern didn't seem feigned, yet I couldn't tell if it was genuine. I got straight to the point. Opening my phone and handing it to him with trembling hands, panic and conflict flashed in his eyes, followed by a helpless sigh. "Since you already know, there's nothing left to hide. Grace, our family legacy depends on an heir, and with a child. We'll have someone to rely on in our old age, but you used to say." Before I could finish, he impatiently cut me off. "That was a well-intentioned lie. Do you understand? Given your situation at the time, I could only lie to comfort you." I looked at him in disbelief. Was this still the kind, responsible man I knew? A moment later, I spoke with determination. "Ethan, what if I don't allow this child to be kept?" He flew into a rage. "When did you become so malicious? You can't have children yourself, and you won't allow anyone else to. You should be grateful I'm willing to find someone else to have a child for you, instead of just divorcing you outright." But he forgot. Why couldn't I have children? 6 years ago, while he was discussing a project, he got into an argument, and in a fit of rage, the other party picked up a fruit knife and lunged at him. I shielded him, taking the knife for him. It struck me right in the abdomen, leaving me infertile. The other party, scared, voluntarily gave the project to Ethan and offered a large sum of money to settle. And that's how Hayes came to be. At the time, he held me, crying inconsolably. "I'm sorry. Grace, I'm so sorry. It's all my fault for being so impulsive. Don't worry. It doesn't matter if we have children or not. Having you in this life is enough." I thought he was sincere. My heart was touched. And I loved him more than life itself. I stood by him as he built himself up from nothing to success, but in the end, she stood by him through thick and thin, only for him to discard her at the height of his success, no matter what. "I'm keeping this child. You're past your prime and can't have children. Who else would want you besides me? I'm going abroad for a while to discuss business. You should calm down and think things over. Don't act like a resentful woman all the time." With that, he grabbed his suitcase and slammed the door, leaving without looking back. I felt as if I had fallen into an ice cave. So that's what he truly thought of me deep down. I slumped onto the sofa, staring blankly into the distance. Half an hour later, I received a message from Luna. It was photos of her and Ethan kissing at the airport. Her social media feed had also been updated. The caption read, "Ethan said he's taking me to fulfill my dreams. So excited." Was this his so-called business trip? Was there any truth left in his words now? Ding-a-ling, the phone rang. "Grace, where the hell have you been? We have a ton of work waiting for you. Get to the office now." Even though I was her superior, she bossed me around. I used to not understand why the employees treated me so poorly, even though I was the boss's wife and a project manager. Now, everything made sense, suppressing my sadness. I tidied myself up and headed to the company. Looking at the mountain of documents piled on my office desk, I couldn't help but frown. "These are misplaced. Print these, purchase those, and take them to the admin department." My colleague scoffed, mocking me. "Ethan personally assigned these. They're all your tasks, and while Luna's away, her work is yours too." When first arrived, she used to call her a cheap tramp and not a decent person. Now, she called her so affectionately, it seemed they all knew, and had already chosen sides, only I was like a fool. It was already 1 in the morning when I finished. I stretched my aching body. I hadn't had time to eat all day, and now I was light-headed from hunger. I picked up my phone, and a trending topic notification popped up. I tapped on it, and the screen filled with helicopters flying everywhere, trailing all sorts of banners. "Luna, I love you. Luna, marry me." A man in a suit knelt reverently on one knee, holding the hand of a woman dressed in a designer wedding gown and custom jewelry, making solemn vows. The love in his eyes was unmistakable. The woman's eyes welled up with emotion, and she nodded shyly. The man then slipped a large pink diamond ring onto her finger. Then, witnessed by the crowd, they passionately embraced amidst a shower of falling petals. It was grand and romantic. When he proposed to me years ago, it was in a humble basement apartment, with a ring and plastic flowers bought from a dollar store. He had promised to love only me for this lifetime, and to give me the best wedding once he had money. But later, when he had money, he never mentioned it again. A month later, Ethan returned from his honeymoon. During that time, he never sent me a single message or made a single call. He casually tossed a box to me. "A gift for you." Seeing what was inside, my heart ached terribly. The next day, in Ethan's office, Luna carried the latest designer bag, worth over $1 million, and the gift I had received yesterday was just a gift with purchase for her. She shot me a provocative look, then raised her hand to flaunt the diamond ring on her ring finger. Ethan, meanwhile, self-righteously ordered me, "Luna is pregnant and can do heavy work. Your position is less demanding, so let her take it." How busy and demanding was a project manager's job? He actually thought I was idle. Okay, Ethan was taken aback, perhaps not expecting me to agree so readily. "I mean, you two switch positions, but you'll do both of your jobs alone?" "Yes." He stared at me, dumbfounded. A malicious glint flashed in Luna's eyes before she nestled into Ethan's arms and continued to stir trouble. "Ethan, Grace is trying to play the good guy in front of you by feigning retreat. What if she tries to hurt me behind your back? I'm so scared." "I'm here, babe. Don't be afraid." He gently comforted Luna, but then turned to me, glaring furiously. "Grace, I don't care what game you're playing. If you dare harm this child, I'll end you." My heart was already riddled with holes, yet hearing him say that, I still couldn't help but feel a pang of sadness. Luna clung to Ethan's chest, looking at me with pure malice in her eyes. I didn't understand why she was doing this to me. 5 years ago, she was dressed in rags, carrying mountain goods, begging tourists to buy them, claiming it was to earn tuition for university. Everyone scoffed, disdainfully shooing her away. With tears in her eyes, she stubbornly continued to hawk her wares. When she came to me, I saw how dark and thin she was, yet how hard she worked for her education. My heart softened, and I wanted to help this poor girl. "Give me your bank account number, I'll sponsor your university education." During her senior year internship, she said she wanted to repay me. I refused, but it was hard for university graduates to find jobs, so I let her come to Hayes. I closed my stinging eyes and solemnly promised, "Don't worry, I agree to her having this child." Ethan's expression softened considerably. "Grace, it's good that you think that way. When the child is born, I'll let you raise them, fulfilling your dream of being a mother, and our family of 4 can live happily ever after." A family of 4. He wanted to have a mistress? I couldn't believe, even if you killed me, that these words came from his mouth. Luna's face suddenly darkened. Why should my child be raised by her? Ethan looked at me. "Grace, Go on with your work, there's nothing for you here. I walked out of the office numbly. Before the door fully closed, I heard Ethan say, "She can work herself to death at home raising our child for us, while I take you around the world to enjoy ourselves. Isn't that better?" My little fool. An icy chill spread from my feet to the top of my head. It froze me, making me tremble all over. "Grace, what are you dawdling around for? Get your butt over here and work." A roar came from nearby. It seemed the entire company knew about my demotion to the admin department, and I was the last to be informed. Everyone turned to look at me. There were sneers, mockery, and curses. "She can't still be dreaming of being the boss's wife, can she? What boss would want a wife who can't have children? She's still dreaming. Youth is the biggest asset. She's 8 years older than Luna. If it were me, I'd choose the younger one too, especially for a virile, successful man like Ethan. Say less, she's unlucky enough, she sponsored Luna, only to be bitten back. Whose fault is it that she's so stupid? The other woman is practically having the baby, and she still doesn't know. I've never seen anyone so foolish." They openly discussed me like this, without any restraint, right in front of me, showing no fear of offending me. I proactively packed my things and cleaned the office spotlessly. Then I moved myself to a messy cubicle. "Grace, print these documents for me. Grace, pick up my food delivery. Grace, what are you doing? Why isn't the coffee machine fixed yet? Grace, I have a date tonight. Could you please organize these meeting minutes?" I knew they were trying to curry favor with Luna. As soon as I finally had a moment to breathe, Luna would find me. She sat on Ethan's lap. "Ethan, the office smells awful." Ethan frowned at me. "What are you standing there for? Go make the room smell like gardenias." "Ethan, my legs seem swollen. It hurts. I'll massage them for you, babe." Luna shyly punched Ethan's chest. "Your hands are too strong. My body is all bruised because of you." Ethan cleared his throat. "Grace, you'll massage Luna's legs every day from now on." "Okay." Luna persisted. "A quick massage won't do much good, and Grace still has to work. Then massage her when you're not working. You can move into our house, Grace, so it'll be easier for you to take care of her after work. Grace, you don't have any objections, do you?" I shook my head. No objections. That night, Luna moved into the mansion. I voluntarily gave them the master bedroom. Though surprised, Ethan gave me a long absent smile. "Grace, you're truly becoming more understanding. Don't worry, the child will definitely be filial to you in the future. Don't you love cooking? Luna's meals will be your responsibility too. You must ensure the pregnant woman gets proper nutrition. Okay? All right, go get busy." Luna said she wants shrimp tofu, steamed sea bass, and beef brisket hot pot. "Oh, and make sure to use fresh ingredients." I nodded and drove off into the night. When I returned, I peeked through the door crack and saw Ethan feeding Luna fruit. "Grace has changed so much lately," Luna said with a proud expression. "I told you so, Ethan. People are inherently weak. The more you push them, the more compliant they become. If you're too good to her, she won't know her place. You have to suppress her, not indulge her in everything. Then she'll be obedient and devoted to you. It's quite effective. Actually, I really did spoil her before. She'd contradict me whenever things didn't go her way. My babe is so smart. Come, have some more." I silently suppressed the bitterness in my heart and made some noise opening the door. Their conversation stopped. Dinner was ready by 10, and I was already starving. Just as I was about to sit down, Luna wrinkled her nose in disgust. "Ethan, Grace has such strong cooking odors on her. It makes me want to throw up." Ethan immediately spoke up. "Go eat in the kitchen. From now on, you'll eat all your meals in the kitchen." But all the food was on the dining table, and the kitchen was empty. I pressed on my stomach and silently returned to the guest room. Just as I lay in bed, covered in cold sweat, battling stomach pain, Ethan kicked open the door, dragged me off the bed, and pulled me into the living room. Luna, clutching her stomach, cried copious tears. "Grace, I know you hate me for being with Ethan, and you're jealous that I'm carrying his child. You can hit me, scold me, but the baby is innocent." Ethan's face turned livid. He slapped me across the face. "Grace, you venomous woman. I knew something was off with your sudden change. You've been meticulously planning to kill this child." I shook my dazed head and weakly replied, "I didn't," but he fiercely gripped my neck. "If anything happens to Luna or the baby, I'll have you locked up for attempted murder." Then, he picked up Luna and rushed out. Luna looked back, her lips curving into a triumphant, cold smile. I smiled too. Leaving behind a signed divorce papers, I grabbed my luggage and went to the airport. When picked me up at the airport, her eyes immediately welled up. "You stubborn child. We told you that Ethan was unreliable from the start, but you wouldn't listen. You were willing to sever ties with us just to be with that ungrateful wretch. And for him, you couldn't even be a mom." Her voice choked, and she couldn't continue. She just hugged me tightly, patting my back gently. "It's good you're back. It's good you're back." I hadn't intended to cry, but this was Eleanor, thinking of all the sacrifices I had made over the years, and the unfairness I had endured. I buried my face in her neck, tears streaming endlessly. After we got home, Eleanor cooked a table full of my favorite dishes. She piled a large bowl full for me. "You're so dark and thin, like a little monkey from the mountains. Eat more to replenish yourself." Since I found out about Ethan's affair, I hadn't eaten properly. He had never once shown any concern. Love and lack thereof were truly obvious. Suppressing my tears, I dug into my food. Suddenly, a message popped up on my phone. "Hayes interprespisant in the video." The security detail cleared the way on both sides as Ethan anxiously rushed in, cradling Luna, while a group of medical staff stood ready to greet them. Ethan, moreover, spared no expense, booking an entire floor for Luna. It turned out that last night, someone filmed Ethan taking Luna to the hospital and posted it online. Millions of likes, and the comments section exploded. "Help me. Is this tycoon romance? My poverty is truly limiting my imagination. I'm turning into a sour lemon. Will I ever meet a man in this lifetime who'd book an entire hospital for me? Who understands folks? When we get sick, we wait in line for appointments. But when they get sick, it's an exclusive medical team. The difference, quickly joining the so jealous army. I also want to experience being pampered like that. Boyfriend straight out of a novel, this kind of all-encompassing favoritism. I'd wake up smiling if I dreamed of it. I'm so envious I could burst." Everyone was gushing over their couple chemistry. He truly showed her immense favoritism. The thing was, before, only people at the company knew Ethan was cheating. Now, probably everyone in their social circle knew. I turned off the screen and continued eating. None of it had anything to do with me anymore. At the hospital, Luna lay leisurely in the VIP suite, scrolling on her phone. Seeing the trending topic, she almost split her sides laughing. Ethan, however, was on the phone, his face dark. "Get that trending topic taken down immediately, no matter the cost. Quickly." Luna looked puzzled. "Ethan, am I so undesirable to be seen in public?" Ethan softened his expression and patiently coaxed Luna. "Babe, I am, after all, a married man. If others find out, it'll be bad for the company. Besides a formal title, I'll give you everything else." Luna lowered her gaze, hiding the greed and resentment in her eyes, and responded sweetly, "As long as I can be with you, Ethan, I don't care about anything else." Ethan's mood brightened. "You're such a good girl. Are you hungry? I'll have the nutritionist prepare a meal and send it over, okay?" "No need. Didn't you say Grace would take care of me? And you dare eat her cooking, after she almost made you lose the baby?" "Don't be mad, Ethan. One should always repay kindness. Grace sponsored me through university, so consider this an act of gratitude and forgive her." Ethan shook his head helplessly, dotingly pinching Luna's cheek. "Luna, you're just too kind. No wonder she bullies you. For your sake, I'll let it go this time. I'll call her and tell her to cook for you. Send her the menu." Ethan tried calling several times, but couldn't get through. His WhatsApp was also deleted. "Well, isn't that something? She actually blocked me. Grace probably knows she messed up and is afraid of being punished, so she's hiding. She'll come back on her own after a while, since she has nowhere else to go." Ethan snorted, his face dark. "Cut off her bank card. Let's see how long she can hide then." Luna stayed in the hospital for a week, and stayed with her for that entire week. Back at the company, everyone's sycophantic gaze on Luna intensified. "Oh, the boss's wife is back. I bet Grace, the nanny, is furious. She hasn't shown up for work all week. When are you and Ethan making it official?" Luna was surrounded, basking in their adoration. Her tail was practically wagging to the heavens with pride. "Soon, very soon, when the time comes, I'll give each of you generous bonuses." Hearing there would be money, everyone started showering her with compliments as if words were free, coaxing into a wide, delighted grin. Ethan, however, was not doing so well. Partnerships that had been negotiated were inexplicably rejected, one after another. Only after persistent, shameless inquiries did he find out Ethan's highly publicized marital affair with the very impoverished student his wife kindly sponsored. Leaves me no choice but to question both your characters. Partnering with you would only tarnish our brand, and my wife is afraid that it'll be corrupted by bad company. Out of respect for our long-standing relationship, we won't pursue the breach of contract fee. Good luck to you. No matter how Ethan tried to explain, everyone firmly refused to cooperate. He was as anxious as an ant on a hot griddle. He pulled the project department into a meeting. You must find new projects, or everyone gets fired. Ethan, the success of our previous projects was mostly due to Grace's efforts. Perhaps you could speak. Luna began to chime in sarcastically. So the company can't function without Grace? Don't forget who the founder is, who pays your salaries. Why could she sign them, but you can't? It just means you're not working hard enough. Success comes from replication. Learn from how she signed them. Do I have to teach you such a simple principle? Ethan looked at Luna with satisfaction. Luna is right. Do as she says. Someone grumbled softly. Grace went to great lengths to secure projects, tirelessly investigating clients' preferences to please them. She humbled herself, let them boss her around without dignity, and drank with them so much she ended up in the hospital several times. She risked her life for it. She could fight tooth and nail for her husband, but we have families to take care of. We can't risk our lives like that. His words silenced everyone. Astonishment flashed in Ethan's eyes, along with a fleeting hint of guilt. Luna became agitated. Don't make excuses if you want to be lazy, exaggerating and disrupting morale. If you can't do it, then don't. Go directly to the HR department, transfer your work, and leave. Why should I leave just because you tell me to? A homewrecker actually thinks she's the boss's wife. Luna trembled with rage, looking at Ethan. Ethan frowned with displeasure, speaking to the enraged employee. You're fired. Reason: insubordination and verbal abuse. The employee raised an eyebrow. Ha! What did I say wrong? She's not a mistress. She didn't break up someone else's family. You're no good either. I wouldn't stay with a company that has such an unhealthy atmosphere, even if you begged me, but I won't settle for a penny less than what I'm owed in compensation, or it'll go to arbitration. Ethan was furious, but couldn't argue. The company couldn't afford a lawsuit at this point in the end. He obediently paid the compensation. After this incident, the project department colleagues disliked Luna even more. An utterly incompetent, ungrateful wretch, still daring to dictate to them. Ethan was also incredibly frustrated. For years, he had been at the top. I had done all the dirty and hard work. Now facing this situation, he was utterly overwhelmed. Uninterested in working, he drove Luna home. The company is in chaos, yet Grace is out there enjoying herself. When she comes back, I definitely won't let her off the hook. Even if she kneels and begs me, I won't forgive her. Before he finished speaking, he saw the divorce papers on the table. Seeing my signed name, Ethan was incredulous. How is this possible? She loved me so much. How could she divorce me? Luna, however, was secretly delighted, but feigned a worried expression. Grace must be trying to get your attention, playing hard to get, wanting you to give in. Ethan also let out a long sigh of relief. It must be. She's over 30 and can't have children. Who else would want her besides me? She wants me to give in. No way. He ripped the divorce papers to shreds and threw them into the trash can. The company's situation worsened, and Ethan had no choice but to step in personally. He hit brick walls repeatedly. No one was willing to see him. He had to resort to groveling and pleading. Some people, annoyed by his persistence, hinted that he not only had a bad reputation but had also offended someone. With no new projects coming in, the company's cash flow faced a crisis. Luna suggested cutting expenses and reducing salaries. Ethan listened to her. Employees began resigning en masse. The company was on the verge of bankruptcy, and I still hadn't returned. He started frantically looking for me. A week later, I saw Ethan at my doorstep. Although he was deliberately dressed in a suit, the fatigue on his face couldn't be hidden. He looked years older. He ran over and grabbed me in a hug. Grace, long time no see. I missed you terribly. I never knew your family was so well off. You never mentioned it, and I thought. I pushed him away in disgust, creating distance between us. You've seen the divorce papers, right? I'm leaving with nothing. Just sign them. It's fine if you don't. We'll see each other in court after 2 years of separation. Are you still mad at Luna? She's just a tool to have a child. You're the only one I've ever loved, from the beginning. In the future, the child will call you Mom. If you're worried Luna will affect your mother-child bond, I'll send her away. Please, don't divorce me. He looked at me, His eyes red-rimmed. This was his usual trick, playing the victim. When I loved him, this trick worked wonders now. It just made me sick. I took out my phone and played the video of his wedding with Luna, and the recording of him using me and betraying me. He frantically tried to explain. She said she didn't want a formal title, she just wanted a wedding. So I impatiently cut him off. I wanted that for many years, and you yourself promised it, but you gave it to someone else, to the person who repaid my kindness with malice. I stood by you as you built yourself up from nothing to success, yet I never received that wedding. And you used the money I earned by risking my life to show favoritism to someone who betrayed me. He kept apologizing, feeling guilty. Grace, I was wrong. I just wanted a child so badly. As long as you don't divorce me, I'll do anything, please. I smirked. Aborts baby and kick her out of the company. He hesitated for a moment, then vowed confidently, as soon as she gives birth, I'll send her away. I truly just want a child to carry on the family name. Come back with me. Grace, after you left, I realized I truly can't live without you. You're the only one I love. It was Luna who drugged me and seduced me in the first place. I lost my senses and couldn't control myself. But it won't happen again, for the rest of my life. It will only be you. I got straight to the point. The pain you inflicted on me is still vivid. I'm no saint, and I won't forgive you. From the moment I found out about your affair, I stopped loving you. Ethan, I was truly blind to fall for a scumbag like you. You don't love anyone. You only love yourself and your own interests. I won't help you. That company was the crystallization of our love, but since that love is gone, its fate is no longer my concern. For the sake of our marriage, I'm giving you a big gift. If you don't believe me, you can verify it yourself, and after this, don't ever appear before me again. Seeing the medical report in his inbox, Ethan's world crumbled. He returned to Metroville in a daze. He quietly made a trip to the hospital. When he came out, his face was filled with defeat. He returned home disoriented, and Luna rushed over, clinging to him flirtatiously. Ethan, your son is hungry. Will you cook for him? The two words, your son, provoked Ethan. He slapped Luna, sending her sprawling to the floor. Bitch, whose bastard is in your belly? I pampered and provided for you lavishly, and you dared to hook up with another man behind my back. A flicker of panic crossed Luna's eyes, then she began to cry copious tears. Ethan, is Grace deliberately slandering me, trying to sow discord between us? She resents us being together, angry that you didn't want her. That's why she's targeting me and slandering me everywhere. I've been patient again and again, but she keeps pushing and pushing. It's simply too much. Now even you don't believe me. Then let's not have this child. Fine, then don't have it. Luna stared at Ethan in disbelief. What did you say? I said, then don't have it. Get rid of that bastard. You actually believe that despicable woman Grace and want to abort our child? Ethan slapped her again. Shut up. She never spoke ill of you, but you constantly slandered her to me, both openly and secretly, right? What good can a woman be who repays her benefactor by sleeping with her husband? Ethan, I gave up a formal title for you, and I was even willing to bear your child. I love you so much. How can you say such things to me? Luna, red-eyed and tearful, looked at Ethan. So you won't shed a tear until you see the coffin, will you? He pulled a stack of photos from a folder and threw them at Luna's face. They were nude photos of her with various men. Luna's face turned ashen with shock, and she shook her head frantically. They're all fake. Grace set me up. She used AI to fabricate them. Ethan, I don't even know these men. That bitch Grace is trying to harm me. Still trying to argue? Do you want me to bring them here to identify you personally? They've already conspired with Grace. Don't believe them. Ethan was utterly speechless. Luna, do you really take me for a fool? Don't you know there's a thing called a DNA test? You're going to say the doctors were bribed too, right? Then look at this. The moment she saw the medical report, Luna froze too. Ethan actually suffered from male infertility. Do you have anything else to say in your defense? Luna completely panicked, grabbing Ethan's pant leg and begging for mercy. Ethan, haven't you always wanted a child? Since you can't have children, isn't this child perfect? You can be his real father, his only father. You want me to raise someone else's son? Dream on. He kicked Luna in the stomach. You slut. How dare you make a cuckold out of me? It's all because of you. You made Grace leave me, and you've driven the company to the brink of bankruptcy. You jinx, you've cost me everything. I'll kill you. Again and again, Luna's pleas grew fainter, and blood streamed down her inner thigh, pooling on the floor. She glared at Ethan with hatred. I ruined you. Did I force you to sleep with me? Or did I grab your manhood and put it inside me? I'm ungrateful. What about you? Grace lost her fertility to save you. Yet you mocked her for it, betrayed her, and even helped me bully her. You brought this fate upon yourself. You couldn't resist temptation, wanting to have your cake and eat it too. You deserve to lose everything. His facade shattered, Ethan became enraged with humiliation. Fine, then no one gets off easy. Well, fight to the death. You'll endure all the torment Grace went through first. Stop faking it. Go make me food, or I'll beat you to death. Faced with death, Luna caved. She quietly endured all the humiliation I had suffered. Ethan was preoccupied with company matters and gradually let his guard down regarding Luna. Suddenly, Luna vanished, with the company facing its final moments. Ethan didn't pay much attention to her disappearance. He spent his days groveling and pleading, leaving early and returning late. He was dog-tired, yet failed to secure a single deal. Only then did he belatedly realize what he had truly lost. A wife who had unhesitatingly sacrificed her life for him, a business partner who spared no effort to help him rise to prominence, and the lover who, at his lowest point, when everyone looked down on him, stood by him without hesitation and helped him out of the mire. He was now truly filled with unbearable regret, but he also knew that no matter what he did, I would never forgive him. The company was definitely beyond saving. A few days later, someone suddenly made an offer to acquire the company. Because the party was fully aware of every aspect of Hayes, they acquired it at an extremely low price. They were scheduled to sign the contract today when appeared, dressed alluringly and arm in arm with a sleazy, overweight man. Everything became clear. She must have told them Hayes' trade secrets to get close to a wealthy man. They had essentially gotten a steal. Ethan was furious. You shameless wretch. Luna rolled her eyes, a mocking smile playing on her lips. I just love seeing you like this, despising me but unable to do anything about it. You're just a worthless piece of work. What are you so arrogant about? The moment Grace left, Hayes collapsed. You're utterly useless. A man who lives off women. I don't know how you had the nerve to betray her. The pot calling the kettle black. I spit on you. The words were harsh, but they hit hard. Ethan gritted his teeth in hatred, but there was nothing he could do. Finally, Luna transformed, becoming the new boss of Hayes, or rather, the current CEO of Luna. Ethan, why don't you get down on your knees and beg me? Maybe, just maybe, considering we've slept together, I'll let you clean the restrooms. Pah! You're nothing but a prostitute. What are you so arrogant about? Just you wait. Ethan, his eyes full of scorn, slammed the door shut and left, infuriating Luna, who smashed the cup on the table to pieces. So what if I was a prostitute? What's wrong with wanting a better life? No matter what, I'm never going back to that godforsaken backwater. A few days later, a group of women burst into Luna's office. They dragged her onto the street, stripped her, and then beat and kicked her while taking photos and videos. It turned out Ethan had found the wives of Luna's lovers. He sent them videos and photos proving their husband's infidelity with Luna. Everyone watched this scene of wives confronting mistresses with detached amusement, and they widely shared it online. After this incident, Luna's reputation was utterly ruined. Her company was also reclaimed by their wives. They would also legally reclaim the money spent on her. Not only did she fail to climb the social ladder through illicit relationships, but she ended up deeply in debt with a miserable fate. Ethan took off his jacket and threw it over the dying, naked Luna. It was you, wasn't it? You conspired with them to harm me? Luna clutched Ethan's pants leg, struggling to prop herself up, and glared at him fiercely. Ethan coldly kicked her away. You harmed me, and I retaliated. Isn't that perfectly normal? Did you think everyone would be as easily bullied as Grace? She kindly helped you escape that mountain village, yet you repaid her kindness with malice, stealing Ethan, destroying her family, slandering, instigating, and humiliating her. Now, this is your deserved retribution. Sus' eyes held no remorse. As she stared sinisterly at Lou's retreating figure, time flew by. Since return to Eleanor, with her companionship, time seemed to fly, and never thought of Ethan and Luna again. Grace opened her own studio. She recruited a group of like-minded partners. She rekindled her dream to become an excellent designer. It had already shown considerable success. Life was comfortable and wonderful. Oh my gosh, there's actually a sequel to Luna's story. She approached one of her cheating partners to ask for money, and after being rejected, she stabbed him. The man seemed to hold a deep grudge against her and fought back desperately, clinging to her as they stumbled into the street. mutually assaulting each other. They were then directly hit by an oncoming semi-truck and died instantly. The man even had a smile on his face when he died, as if a great revenge had been served. Tsk, what goes around comes around. Why be a mistress or cheat when you could just be a decent person? Colleagues were chattering, gossiping about the drama. That they were talking about was the same one who went viral. The male protagonist was undoubtedly Ethan. She was right. What goes around comes around. If justice isn't served by fate, it will be served by others. There's no free lunch. Every adult should bear the consequences for their actions. Grace stood by the window, sipping her coffee, as the sunlight warmed her. It was warm and comfortable. After a brief moment of relaxation, she continued to immerse herself in design, making a final push for the international competition. It was as if she could see the shining trophy beckoning her.